Having worked with hundreds of burnt out, sick and tired entrepreneurs who have been trying to hustle their way to prosperity, they don't realize that what they're trying to do is create safety in the outside world. And so they hustle to try and make that safety happen through their work and through their business. But I was there, tired, burnt out. I got to the top of my game as an actor, and I was making the money that could help me survive and live a great life at the time. But I burnt out because what I was doing was trying to create something outside of myself to feel that level of safety and enoughness. And what we need to realize is that without going to the true source of our supply, which is God, inside of us, and without renewing our mind, we're never allowed to truly accept the good that we have in life. And we just hustle and hustle and hustle until our body can't take it anymore because we're carrying the weight of this expectation on ourselves. We must learn to give these greater things to God and to let go of the need to make something happen to be enough. It's when we start to renew our mind in the grace of God and saturate our mind with divine truths. You see, the treasure house inside of you lives within that deeper subconscious mind. You can create success, harmony, ease, peace, health, anything you want when you can balance the nervous system, renew your mind under the grace of God, and start to claim these things as already yours. Let me put this to you. Having worked with some people who are there, they're constantly hustling, nothing seems to work. I was there. After I left the acting world and I was looking to look after my family, all I ever did was take action from fear. I kept striving and struggling. We need to realize that the only thing that's preventing us from having all the good in our life is the stuff that we carry on top of us. We start to make the hustle about, if I achieve that, then I can let this go. If I get there, then I can let this go. Money and success is yours by divine right when you make it so in the deeper parts of your mind and you start to accept it as a truth. Many people will come to me and they'll say, I've been affirming. I've been saying God increases my good. I've been saying that there is divine success. But every time I pray this way, I start to feel fearful because it reminds me of my lack. So we do not realize that affirmations and prayers don't work if we're not in the right state of being. Remember, be still and know that I am God. In Hebrews, to be still is to let go and know that God is the true source of everything that happens within inside of us and outside of us. So when we start to be able to learn to let go of fear around the need to create, and we start to actually just want to serve because we are here to serve on this planet and give of our talents. Once we start to give freely, like I try to do on all these videos, I try to give absolute information to you here and now. And then the people who then want extra support from me, they will find me, they will come to me, they will work with me. But take yourself, you can literally 10 times the revenue of your business by just renewing your mind and finding peace. Why does this work? Well, let's think about it like this. We're told it in scripture. Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. You must start to build it with the idea of God. So start to make God the CEO of your life, of your business. Start to give the power of all of your financial success to God. One prayer that really worked well for me is, I'm in my true place in life. I'm doing what I love with who I love. I'm infinitely prospered, infinitely blessed. Then you can start to add anything about your own individual need on top of that. Mine would be, I have a wonderful business that has wonderful, well-paying clients who get amazing results working with me. Everyone who comes through my door wins. And you can start to understand that as you bless your business, as you start to give it to the grace of God, as you start to bless your service with guidance from God, now you start to allow things to unfold in the nature that they're meant to. We live in an expansive universe, constantly growing, constantly life finding a way. There is enough fruit rot in the tropics to feed this world. We live in an abundant world, but we find it very hard to see that because we get lost in the fears of reality that makes us diminish ourselves. Many of you are watching this today may not even be ready to start something because you don't even feel you deserve it. And that's why taking the weight off your shoulders, stop making it about you and what you should do. Why am I so special to make this happen? All of us have the spark of that divinity within us. So as you start to claim guidance, as you start to claim success, this is what happens. God also showed me in my time of absolute pain when there was only £40 left in my bank, didn't even know how I was going to feed my family anymore, didn't know how I was going to grow anything in this world. And he started to say to me, just let go of fear. Let go of the fear around money. So one step that I want you all to take today is spend your money freely that you do have. Now, don't go into debt because that's not your money. But the money that you do have, even if you only have a small amount in your bank account today, spend some of it freely on something that you love or give it away. Start to be in the energy of prosperity. Start to give. Now, you may not even have money to give, but you can give a compliment. You can start to give in this world. And as we start to give, then we start to receive. But you don't do it to receive. You give because it feels so wonderful to share yourself in this world. So any of you that are here as entrepreneurs, what is it that your business actually gives? When you turn it around from making something happen and getting something for yourself, and you start to say, how can I serve more? How can I do God's work through this business more? How can this business help elevate this world? How can I start to make something better happen in this world through my business? Now, it doesn't matter whether that is a cleaning business, a service-based business, doesn't matter if it's a restaurant, it is giving to society. It fulfills a need that people want. So you start to bless your business. So when a restaurant owner comes to me and says, I just cannot seem to get people through my door, I say, how often have you blessed your place as the place to be for a community? How many times have you given your business to God and said, my business elevates others, it feeds families, it brings community, it brings connection? Where are you now trying to win rather than give? Now, as we turn our mind from winning to giving, that's when you shall receive, okay? Because all of us must know this. Give it over to God. Let go of your fears around it. Let go of anything that's holding you back from accepting these divine truths. Now, I understand this to be true because all I like to do here now, in this place of my life, is realize, where am I blocking this innate good for everyone? Where can I give a little bit more? And now I tend to work with people on my 8-week program at the moment, and it does so many wonders for people. You just see people healing, transforming, doing these good things. And then when I need to, people that I get very close with in there, I will give them extra time. I will give them things. I like to serve that community as if they are a family, because we are all one. So as you start to see this universe for what it is, we are all one together. How can I give more? This is what we need to do. Stop looking to receive. Now, you may be stressed saying, I've got this bill coming now. I've got this debt. People are coming to my door. They're telling me that if I don't pay this debt by the end of the month, the business is closed. Well, let me tell you what I did with one client who owed £70,000 to his landlord after COVID. And all we did is started to let go of the fear around it. Now, something interesting happened because we got to the point where he was literally 3 days away. And he said to me, Michael, I've tried everything. I've exhausted every aspect of movement that I could do to fix this. And all I said to him, and we laughed together, and I said, it's just an illusion. Reality is an illusion. It's the playground of God. So can you just start to let go now? Everything's going to happen. If it happens, we must accept it. It's the pathway of God. So we accepted where he was without judgment. But then we went inside to the house of God, the temple of God, and we started to relax his body a lot. I started to get him to a place of such deep inner peace. And then from there, we just claimed God's guidance. God is a true source of my supply. This need is met now. God is guiding me to wonderful new solutions to overcome this problem. I trust in God's abundance. God is the true source of my supply. There is always more than enough. From here, what happened over the next days can only be seen as a miracle, okay? And that miracle was someone rang him out of nowhere and said, I have a friend of mine who wants to invest in you. He's seen your business. He's seen the way you work. He thinks you're a great guy. He said, well, that's beautiful. How much does he want to invest? 70,000. The exact amount came for him to keep the doors open. Now his business is prospering. His business is growing from strength to strength because he knows the true nature of God within him to give him solutions, okay? Now, the next thing here is I had another client who was owed over $1 million by one of his contractors, and they were refusing to pay. Now, we went for this and we worked together for 6 months, I'm going to tell you, my friends. He was feeling the pain. He was noticing the fears. Lots of different issues came up and we had to face them all. What happened? We took one day at a time. And every time that fear come up, he went within, he let it go, and he claimed God's grace. Well, I'm telling you, after that 6 months, just before we finished working together, $1 million hit his account. This is what is able to happen when you trust in something greater than yourself. You see, it's only fear that's stopping you from prospering. Money is an illusion. Life is an illusion. Money is simply a state of being within you. When you create peace in your heart and mind, you create in your bank account, you create in your body, and you create in your life. Your money will constantly increase when you keep praising the Lord as the creator, the giver, and the gift. As you start to understand this, any spiritual entrepreneur can overcome any challenge. If all of you out there are concerned about something financial, just start to let go of the fear around it. A solution will rise. A solution will always come. I was there once a little while ago worrying that a massive tax bill was about to hit me. It looked like I was going to be in real trouble. I had it there, but it was going to wipe me out. I went within. I claimed God's solution. I found a wonderful accountant through that guidance. Someone that I met playing paddle just suggested this guy that he's been working with out of nowhere. It was like the perfect steps to go there. So I signed up with him. It was 10% of what I thought it was going to be. And that's what can happen. You will be guided to the right people and solutions will always come. When you learn to master your emotions, you can become the most successful, brilliant entrepreneur ever. This is what I know to be true. And finding deep inner peace is the pathway to everything. When you can renew your mind, convince your mind of success, convince your mind of achievement, you will see it in your life. I hope this one was helpful, guys, and I'll see you at the next one.